Summit X850 with the Expert package, now this blew me away. I saw all these little changes they made, and I started looking at them going, yeah, you know what, makes sense. Some of the things they did, from the narrower handlebars to the shorter tunnel, to the lightweight snow flap, to the spindles. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, you know, it all makes sense, until I went out and rode it. Kudos, those guys did it right. That thing would push snow over the windshield and just keep going. It held side hills on hard pack, deep snow, you name it. I was very confident riding that sled. It's just a blast to ride. You know, and another thing that was really cool, they made 14 different changes, and I've had a chance to ride and talk with a lot of the ambassadors that put their input, you know, the Carl Koosters, the Tony Jenkins, Brett Rasmussen. Those guys all had input to how this sled was being built. And it's kind of cool to see guys you ride with and guys you admire are able to put together this machine, and it works that much better.
One of the really key components to the new Expert sled is the ski spindle geometry and how it works. The spindle's not only a weight reduction item, but it improves the ability for the rider to balance the sled when he's cutting a line across a slope. Until this year, there was always a resistance for that, and the tail of the ski would push pressure into the snow, creating a situation where it wanted to push the sled back down on two skis. This makes it so much easier to balance, and you can kind of see how that works as I rotate the skis through the counter steer. It's going to make life so much easier when you're out on the slope.
Really excited to ride this thing. I want to put the old sled away and hop on this thing and go shred some pow. It's like kind of my dream sled. It's like, makes you a better rider. This adjustable limiter strap is pretty awesome too. Like if you're gonna do an aggressive climb, you put it on the short setting and then holds the front skis down, and you can climb some really steep stuff easier. It's got the KYB36 rear aggressive shock for taking some bigger hits climbing. And the other big feature is the shorter tunnel, which evacuates snow way better. So what that does is, normally when you have a longer tunnel and a snow flap sticking down, the snow comes out, hits that snow flap, and then it gets pushed back onto the track and it gets brought back around. So what that does is it binds up in the tunnel and robs horsepower. So this actually frees up a lot of horsepower and makes the sled more maneuverable. So it's actually really cool how big of an improvement it does. It just makes the sled go faster, get on top of the snow better. It'll chew down and dig a deeper hole and won't get stuck as easy. And then for maneuvering, the sled just turns on a dime now. It's just like rides like a shorter track sled. You can go across and do a side hill and then pin it, and boom, you're going back the other direction. It's really maneuverable. This thing's just like the ultimate mountain sled. It's awesome. Love it.
The Expert package is really designed for that guy that wants to do the tight technical lines in the trees. It's very much the sharpest knife in the drawer. It's meant to really take you into those areas that are just really challenging. So for somebody that wants to push their boundaries, this sled's going to take them there. Or anybody that's willing to try it, quite honestly, because it's going to make a rider one level better than where he's at already. It's really a phenomenal change for next year. Ski-Doo is a company that's very proud of what they're putting out for product. They take great pride in making sure it's durable, making sure it's reliable for our customers. We really want to deliver a ride that people will never forget. It's about the experience these days. So we talk about that Ski-Doo feeling, and that really means something different to everybody. But in the end, what it means is an exciting day of fun where you didn't have any issues with your snowmobile. Instead, you just went out and had fun with your family, your friends, had a great ride, whatever that was, whether it was challenge yourself climbing a hill, whether it was running through the trails looking at scenery, whether it was, you know, riding snowcross style in a really rugged manner, ditch rip banging, whatever it was. That Ski-Doo feeling means something different for everybody.
Well, what did you think? Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, let us know what you liked about that episode, and be sure to share it with your friends. We'll see you next time.